and other GPS systems. Then we'll having another field session or theory session on field data collection using GPS device, transfer of GPS data to PC, and conversion of GPS data to GIS format. I've already covered that part, and also in the same theory session, we will be having uh, on how to collect the field data using the mobile apps and other options that are available to collect the field data. Followed by a practical session, you will be handed over a GPS device in a group of two, and you will be given approximately 1.5 or 2 hours to go around and collect the almost 20 to 25 points of different locations and features. Then we'll come back and you will transfer that data into the PCs, and we'll see where you have gone and how you have collected the data set. Right. So today's session will be taken up by Sri Dharmendra Jha. You already know him. He is with us taking the practical sessions of all of yours. So he's senior analyst at Nectar. He is a master's in remote sensing and GIS from Kumar University. So he has more than 4 years of experience in UAV remote sensing, optical remote sensing, microwave remote sensing, and planetary remote sensing. And he is also has experience in various application areas of remote sensing such as agriculture, forestry, water resources, and bird studies. And he's also got a Young Scientist Award in 2018 from International Geographic Union. So I have been associated with him at Nectar for the last 6 months. So we have been closely working into the geomatics division, and he is having a wonderful field and practical experience with him. Previously, he was working at Northeast Center for Space Application, or NESAC, as you all know. So there he has worked into various across sectors. So before proceeding further, let me tell you about Nectar today more, uh, because there are two things that we are trying to cover in this session. Obviously, the main objective is to give you the knowledge about geospatial technology. The second objective was to tell you more about the Northeast Center for Technology Application and Reach. We are a new organization which many people are not aware about it, that what is our mandate, what we are meant to do. So we are basically a kind of service organization. So our main purpose is to fund and to give to support various entrepreneurs across Northeast to generate more opportunities of livelihood in the people of Northeast through various technological interventions. So as you already know, we have various products that are supported by us. One of us was honey from Arunachal Pradesh, as of we were giving to our guest, that was developed by Creed. Then we also have a supported Kanakya, which is in Assam itself. Huh? Yes, in Sonitpur district. There we have given 100 bee boxes. So they have produced a lychee flavored honey. That is a apart from that, we have also installed a purification plant. We have supported various other sectors such as bamboo making using water hyacinth. Sorry, yoga mat using bamboo hyacinth. So that product was near Guwahati only. And there are various other products that we have supported. We have given the technology to develop the product so that more entrepreneurs can be developed and more livelihood opportunities can be generated in the Northeast India. So now I request Sri Bharat Fukan, who is the supervisor of TTDC, to facilitate Sri Dharmendra Kumar Jha, speaker for today in the traditional Assamese style. Thank you, Sri Bharat Fukanji. So now I will hand over the mic to Sri Dharmendra Kumar Jha to start the proceedings for today. Thank you all.
Very good morning to all of you. So as you all are familiar with me, so don't worry. So I am not going to give you big lectures. We'll have just an informal talk on field data collection and GNSS, that is called Global Navigation Satellite System, and generally people mistaken it and use the term GPS. So these are the things which I will take. What is data, role of field data in remote sensing, method for data, and one more thing is GNSS. So can you tell me what is data? Anyone? Anyone? Can you tell me what is data? Others? Okay. So data is a plural word, ठीक है? And then datums are most often called data points. Data represent basically collection of data points. Basically, one single information what you collect is called a datum, and the collection of all is called data. Collection of all the information basically is called data. And then in GIS basically we read two types of data. That field data is primary and secondary data. So can anyone tell me about primary and secondary data? All you are of geography background, so you must have collected the data from the field. So can anyone tell me what is primary or secondary data? Hmm. And what is secondary then? Like? Yes. So the data collected for the first time are called primary data, and the data which are compiled from records, that is magazine or statistics report or any other sources, newspaper, etc. Then I have mentioned the source of primary data. What are the sources of primary data? So in this I have mentioned the surveys, person to person survey, that is interview, what we generally refer as interviews, telephonic conversation, then through mail you get some data. Acha, that says census data which government is collecting, it comes under which data? And then when you use it, then survey is one source, then observation, personal observation. Personal observation, if I am going to field and I am seeing something and I am remembering it for my reference. Oh, I have went this, that side, that field look like that, the terrain is that like that, is called this personal uh, observation. And when it comes to mechanical observation, we place some devices there, like nowadays for rainfall we give the device barometer, and like that there are so many devices. Then experimental, that is called laboratory based. And then field experiment. Basically in agriculture, when we go for the survey, we have field experiment like soil. We collect that soil data, and then and there we have process, we have that mechanism. So experiment from field and then laboratory. And secondary data, we all know library, government magazines, and government gadgets and all, then trade professional, etc., advertising, media, university, research organization, etc., comes under source of secondary data. Can anyone read this difference between primary and secondary data? Don't worry, don't take the photo. I'll give you this slide. Someone just read it.
Primary data are original because investigation himself collects them. Secondary data are not original since investigator makes use of the other agencies. Then primary data are collected accurately and systematically. Their suitability will be very positive. Secondary data might or might not suit the objectives of inquiry. Primary data involve large expenses in terms of money, time, and manpower. Secondary data are relatively less costly. Primary data don't need any great precaution while using this data, whereas secondary data should be used with great care and caution.
So all of you have listened. So in precaution, I have mentioned don't need any great precaution while using the primary data. What does it mean? Because this data we have already collected for our use, and then refer to second point, suitability. Achha, can you tell me what is the satellite data which we are using? Yes. No, no. Hmm. So, is it every time suitable for us? Just base example. The satellite data which we are using is a source of secondary data, and then it might not suit us because sometimes we need for some date or some period of time we are not getting it due to cloud and all. Now we move to what is data collection. Uh, from this side, can anyone tell me what is data collection? Speak your thought. Don't worry. Whatever you understand from data collection, the word data collection, just tell me that. Speak.
Data collection means we collect from the field. Data collection means we collect from the field. For example, for field work, we collect soil information, that kind of thing.
Anyone else? Tell me, what is data collection? What do you understand by the term data collection?
Data collection means that collect information from the that we use when we go for the in the field study. Also, we have collect information from the field. Wow,
What type of information you collect generally in field?
this is the primary, sir. If we collect directly by ourselves, if we start in the field.
Don't worry, I will make you speak, everyone. Now it's your turn.
Collection of data individually.
What kind of data you are collecting?
Some kind of like primary data. We go and collection, or we go and collect by means we go to collect with a group or a groups in the field.
Can you tell me what is data collection? Okay. So basically, what I have wrote, data collection is the process of gathering information what you need to be able to make decision. So if you want to make any decision, if you are working on some project, you need some data for that. Suppose you are working on forest or forest fire, so you need to take data at what time that forest fire broke out. So number of times it occurs, then date. These are the things by which you can make a decision that every year in this time that forest fire breaks in this region. So the data collections are those who make us to decide to what we can say that it gives us the freedom to make a decision on particular thing. And generally in remote sensing, the data collection is called ground truth. You remember, I think day before yesterday, I told you in my first day of remote sensing class what my professor told me, that remote sensing is non-sensing, and then he added one thing, that without ground truth. Then this ground truth is very important for any type of remote sensing work. Now it generally refers to the data collected on site, on surface of the earth, regarding characteristic of earth surface features. Process of collection of ground truth data is known as ground truthing, that is already I have told you. So basically in remote sensing, what kind of data we collect? Can anyone tell me? In remote sensing, what kind of data we generally collect? We have broadly two category of data which we are collecting. One, that is spatial reference, that through GPS, DGPS of mobile, and then one non-spatial. What kind of non-spatial information we can collect from a ground? Anything else? Anyone else? So you haven't told me anything about this. So what non-spatial data we can collect from field? Think. Anyone else? So simple answer is depending upon your application, you collect the non-spatial data. Suppose I am working on agriculture. What should be my non-spatial data is? Type of crop, area under which it's growing, then forest, type of forest, area under forest, then what we can say in forest, herbs and shrubs, whatever category you want to make. Then then in urban, what kind of data you can collect? Non-spatial. Spatial to already I mentioned. In urban, what kind of non-spatial data we can collect? Basic 2-3 examples you can say. Speak a bit louder so everyone should listen. Anyone else in urban, what we can collect as a non-spatial data? Speak a bit louder. Anything else? Population, ठीक है, age groups, all these comes under non-spatial data. Then more specifically, ground truthing refers to a process in which feature on a remote sensing images compared to ground reality in order to verify the image features. Basically, whatever data we collect from ground, we verify with the image. Suppose you all are doing classification. So you have given this is water body, and you are going to field. You find that there is no water, or you are classifying it, categorizing it in this agriculture, but you are finding it as a grassland. So for that we need ground truth, and for that verification we collect data. Same thing I have written here, need and purpose of data collection. Those who are not speaking, they will read it out. You just read it out. What is this?
And purpose.
Yes, speak.
Need and purpose of data collection. Ground truth data collection is an essential part of remote sensing. Thus, in an ideal remote sensing world, the nature of the Earth's surface features should be determined purely by spectral symbols. However, in the real world, the complexities of Earth's surface features, atmospheric influence, and inaccuracy of spatial symbols act as a limiting factor for remote sensing.
Can anyone tell me what is spectral signatures? I have mentioned here spectral signature or spectral symbols. Can anyone tell me what is spectral signature? You are reading it from last 6 or 7 days about spectral signature and all. Just tell me what is spectral signature. Anyone? For both of you also, the question goes, what is spatial signature? No, I am asking what is spectral signature? not only any vegetation, anything on earth, present on earth. So can anyone tell me what is spectral symbol? Nitin has rightly told us about spectral signature. So while I am interacting with someone, you just listen what he is telling. What is spectral signature? Anyone? Feel like it's open forum. You can ask me question, I will ask you question. Today is for today my task is everyone should speak. This is my task. I will make you speak. मैं आगे नहीं बढ़ूंगा जब तक कोई मुझे स्पेक्ट्रल सिग्नेचर नहीं समझाएगा. So you decide what to do now. From last 6-7 days you are reading about it. Spectral signature. You can turn back your pages, anything you can do, but I need that answer. At least if someone is speaking, you just listen what he is telling. He told me, and then I have repeated that also. It means you all are not listening anything. Speak. Don't worry. गलती होने से कोई कुछ नहीं करना है. गलती करोगे तभी आगे बढ़ोगे. Put on mic. Let everybody listen.
Sir, I think it's a reflection of light, and then which is later scattered and then taken by the sensor.
Sun or satellite?
Satellite, sir.
Light coming from sun.
Yes, sir.
It falls on Earth's surface.
Yes, sir.
Then
It gets reflected back.
and
Then
satellite.
satellite captured and
So that is called spectra or spectral signature. Every particular thing on Earth having different signature. Even if you put two types of water, they have different signature. In general, muddy water and then clean water, they have different signature. Even in the tone of grass, if one grass is brighter and one is darker, they will have different spectral signature. So basically, when we see sun synchronous is a different thing. It is the height at which the satellite is placed. So generally what we think, what I have written here, whatever we are seeing from satellite is having same thing, that grassland is looking like same, but there are complexities. They have different spectrals. So it makes very difficult for us to differentiate. So these are the purpose for which we are collecting data in remote sensing. और कौन नहीं पढ़ा था अब तक? हाँ. Okay. Just let her speak, then I will tell you.
Data collection is carried out typically for
Bit
the
louder.
following- Data collection is carried out typically for the following purposes: to provide the reliable data to identify each feature of interest present in image, to locate representative areas of each image feature in order to generate the spectral signatures, to model the spectral behaviors of
specific Earth surface features to assess the accuracy of thematic maps generated and information derived from the images and validate them aid and guide the process of image interpretation analysis, and lastly to help in remote sensing data collection.
So now it's up to you. I'll come back to you once. So what do you understand by the to provide reliable data to identify each feature of interest present in image? Just by reading simple line, what you understand? Pointer काम नहीं करता इसमें.
To provide the variable data to identify each the feature of interest present in image.
What is that mean? Why I have wrote this line? Anyone else can explain what that this line means? Then I'll listen your question, then I'll move forward. One line is one word is there, feature of interest. So now you understand what is feature of interest. Ma'am, you explain what is.
Sir, here in the first point, it means that the feature which we are interested, so that we can identify the particular object, the particular
Basically,
thing
depending
which,
upon our objective.
thing, the data is being collected.
Now you are asking about spectral signatures. Suppose we have different things here, like this. We have different things. So how satellite works? Optical satellite. I am asking about optical satellites.
See, this is your spectra, and this curve, which is a float against wavelength.
Will not go that mathematically. Just we will make them understand what basically is going on backhand. So how satellite captures the data? Optical. You have learned now. That is passive remote sensing. What it does. Achha, how we see this object? Can anyone tell me how we can see? Not basically you. How we see the object? First light falls on this, then we can see. So the lights falling from sun, it comes here, then what reflectance it is emitting, it is captured by satellite, and then everything has different spectral, something it will like this, it will absorb something, it will emit something. So what it is emitting, it might be absorbed by this, and what is emitting, it can be absorbed by this, and it will emit something else. So everything is having different spectra. Basically what it is absorbing, it is emitting. So in that, the spectral curve which we generate is different. Then second, to locate the representative area of each image feature in order to generate their spectral signature to model the spectral behavior of specific Earth surface feature. What does it mean? Feel free, whatever you think, you just speak it out. Don't keep it with you. Whatever you feel, just you can explain it in one line, just in one line. I have made it look large, but you can speak it in one line. That's the explanation. And what I am giving to them, the same explanation.
To look at the particular area.
No. काम ही नहीं कर रहा है. Spectral behavior of specific Earth surface feature. So when we are working on microwave or something, then we collect spectral signature also. On ground base, we have spectroradiometers. We collect spectral signatures from there on ground base, and then what we do, we correlate that spectral signature with satellite image. Got it? That spectral signature which we are getting from satellite, and then we correlate it with the spectral signature which we are collecting from ground with the help of spectroradiometer, and then try to find it out the features which we are seeing from satellite are same or not. Suppose satellite is seeing from far, it is taking some signature from here. Okay, it has signature on this image. Then what we will do, we will go on field, we will take from handheld spectroradiometer, and then we will match that signature with satellite. Got it? Doubt? You can ask. हाँ तो पूछो ना, अपने में बात करने से कहाँ पता चलेगा. जी बहुत ज्ञानी है ये. I am very good at drawing things, very bad. So I'll try to make you understand by my hand gesture that can work, but that is what I am doing. Suppose this is a feature present on Earth. Example like me, I am a feature on Earth. The satellite is taking signatures from me, so it will come on image. Then what we will do on ground, we will take that signature with handheld spectroradiometer. Same spectral signature it will collect from me on ground. Then we will try to match it. If it matches, then what we have observed on satellite image is right. Got it? Any doubt? Okay. Any doubt? Then tell me what I have told you. हाँ, you can speak Hindi. हाँ ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम. हाँ, basically for accuracy assessment we are doing all this thing. एक के बाद सब रिलेटेड है, जो ऊपर लिख रहे हैं वही नीचे भी लिख रहे हैं, थोड़ा सिंपल करके। कहाँ से पूछूं? I forgot him. What's your name? My class will go like this only. I don't want a formal lecture kind of thing where students are not getting participated. Only speaker is speaking and then close your books, go outside. So, what is that third point? You just read it loud, the third point.
To assess the accuracy of thematic maps generated and information derived from images and validate them. Aid and guide the process of image interpretation analysis.
So, what does it mean? Can anyone tell me what is thematic map? At least you all are from geography, you know what is thematic map. So, what is thematic map? On mic. Not here, not here. What is thematic map?
Actually, it traced the map. It traced the map of towns, like classes, settlements, agriculture fields.
I'm not getting it.
In simple word, we can say that thematic map is like theme-based map.
Yes, whatever it may be your theme. Based on theme, we are creating maps, that is called thematic map. From last 2 days you are doing this, you are mapping with this topo sheet, that is theme based map. So you are digitizing the topo sheet, that is a theme. Theme may be you are making map for population density, success, so anything can be a theme. So based on theme, whatever map you are preparing, it is called thematic map. So basically whatever we are doing with satellite data, the entire summarization of this is whatever we are doing with satellite data, to validate that we are going on field, we are collecting data from different source. That is it. Any doubt till here? Anyone, any doubt till here? No? Then just review that, whatever I tell that, you can review it or summarize it, whatever you are comfortable with. Summarize, for you only, just summarize it from start to end. Now no more question. After summary you can ask question.
So sir, today you have taught us about the meaning of data, and then which is, like we all know, collection of information. And there are two types of data: primary data and secondary data. So we also learn about this data collection, the meaning of data collection, which is the process of gathering information. We need to be able to make decisions, and then this ground truth data, um, which is the collection of field data in remote sensing applications. And then you asked us this question about spectral signature and spectral symbols. So we already explained about it, and so I have one question.
Yes. Now you can ask.
This radio
Spectroradiometer, yes.
radiometer, yes sir. Just want to know about some examples for that, sir.
The spectroradiometer itself, example, I can show you on Google what is spectroradiometer. Basically, it collects the spectral signatures from the ground. So everything now in satellite remote sensing, basically what we do in optical, we are giving them this. Sorry, sun is the source of light, but in spectroradiometer, it changes. The spectroradiometer is having their own source of light. That is the basic difference in spectroradiometer. There are various types of field. This spectroradiometer handheld is there. Then you can carry on back, and then gun is there. Like that, you have. And basically, spectroradiometer generally this in geologists are using basically for that mineral exploration and all. But nowadays it is being popular in this agriculture also. Then there is a question: what to collect? What to collect? I am speaking about data collection. Data collection, I have told you in between what are the things which we are collecting now. The question is what to collect. Can anyone tell me what to collect from ground? Speak in mic. And listen, everyone listen what she is speaking. Like that. Bolo.
So to collect features on the ground present in the ground, like with the help of GPS.
Firstly, you have to decide your theme.
Yes.
First thing first. Whatever your objective is, on basis of your objective, you will going to collect the data. So, the data to be collected from ground would depend upon the projects or objective. Take, based on nature of observation made and recorded, ground truth data can be grouped under qualitative and quantitative data. Qualitative information includes name of the class, its location, etc., whereas quantitative information requires some measurement to be made in the ground. So, what does it mean? Qualitative and quantitative. Basically, when we are going on field, so in quality, what we take type of, basically, I have worked more on agriculture, so that my explanation comes from this agriculture only. Whenever we are going on field, then what we are seeing it, first type of crop. Basic objective is first season, basically in which season we are going, then type of crop, then its sowing period, condition, stress, everything we are collecting. It comes under qualitative. Then quantitative. number of plots, size of plot, that is area. It is yes. Understand? This gang, do you understand qualitative and quantitative?
Qualitative means the objective that we study. It might be agriculture. Then uh, suppose for example, like you said, sir, mm, if we want to study agriculture, if we want to do data collection, we have to go to the field. First we have to know the season, then the second, which type of crops, uh, and the quantitative means we have to collect the number of plots, size of plots, and all these numerical things.
Okay, that's good. That's good. At least you are getting something. Huh. You speak about qualitative and quantitative. आपने भी कुछ नहीं बोला है. 1 2 3 4 4 are in my target right now. यार गिर जाऊंगा मैं तो. Speak qualitative and quantitative.
So qualitative means types of crops, season.
That is my example. What you understand from that? That is the example was given by me. Now what you have understand from that example?
So
हाँ हिंदी बोलो. I think everyone is comfortable. You can speak.
जैसे कि क्वालिटेटिव में सर हम लोग जो आप तो एग्जांपल बता ही दिए कि मतलब सीजन
तो कुछ और एग्जांपल तो हो सकता है. You give some another example.
जैसे कि हम लोग सर राइस का एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं मतलब
फिर घूम फिर के तो वहीं आ गए.
तो सर वही तो समझे वही तो बोलेगा अभी.
Okay, speak that only. No problem. Speak that only. Whatever you understand. You can copy my example. No problem. जाओ. Speak. What's your name? First you. Okay, Sanam, speak. क्यों नहीं बोलेगा? अरे? Just speak. Rice, you are giving the example of rice. Give. नहीं इसको बोल let her speak. बोलो. सनम. सनम. So next to Sanam, you speak. Kiwi.
So in quantitative collection, it comes under say amount, like size of the plot, and in qualitative.
Why you are crying? Arre? Arre, it's a informal talk only. Okay, from next time I will not ask you anything. Don't worry about that. What happened? So I haven't told her like anything like that. Okay, Kiwi, you can speak. You can go out, take some fresh air.
Sir, in qualitative, that futures, we collect the futures like types of crops and in season what we have to grow. In qualitative, we collect like that.
Now my morale is also down. What to do? Yes. In mic.
In qualitative, we collect the data which is not calculated. Like we can't calculate male and female, na? But we can calculate in sex ratio. Like number of female we can collect. That will be quantitative, okay? But male, female, it is not it falls in qualitative. And like what the crops are grown, not types of crop, what crops are grown, that we can collect. It falls under agriculture. But in simple word, it also we can say like we can collect that red color and all that, na? That falls in qualitative. The features, the thing which is not calculated, not mathematical, that is qualitative. And quantitative, that is mathematical, that is calculative, it's quantitative. The number of students, but name will come in qualitative, but number of students in quantitative.
Okay, we take her out for some time. I think she need a bit rest. Then we'll continue. Okay, we'll move. Ground truth data includes minimum 3 elements, that is attribute, location and time. Attribute information are the observation which describe ground condition at a given ground truthing site. Location information is helpful in linking the ground observation to match with a corresponding point in image, and observation related to time and date. So, किसी को explain करना है? Sure. Can we take her out? She needs some pressure, I don't know. For 5 minutes, give her 5 minutes. So we'll now break for tea. After that, we'll continue from this slide. Okay. We'll break for tea now, and after that, we'll continue. Keep it with you. हाँ ठीक है just take a break, then अभी ये बच गया है, ये बच गया है, ये बच गई है, एक और है, 4 बचे हैं अभी और। हाँ शायद नर्वस हो गए, उससे शायद किसी ने कभी पूछा नहीं ना। आज हम पूछ लिए 2-3 क्वेश्चन पूछ लिए, रो पड़ी। हाँ चलो चाय पियो तुम लोग। क्या हो गया? हाँ? नहीं, मालूम ठीक है। सनम? कंफ्यूज रहता हूँ मैं नाम में, मैं इसलिए नाम नहीं बोलना चाहता हूँ ना, कहीं गलत बोलूँ ना। हाँ, आप लोगों को ये स्लाइड चाहिए था ना, देखिए इस स्लाइड में क्या पूछना चाह रहे हैं आप लोग बताइए. एट्रीब्यूट, रिमोट सेंसिंग डेटा के टर्म में व्हाट इज एट्रीब्यूट? कैन एनीवन टेल मी व्हाट इज एट्रीब्यूट? Basically, attribute means the information about something. If you are drawing a polygon and it is of no use, you are giving its a name, settlement or forest or something, that is called attribute. That is, you have created a spatial data, that is polygon, a spatial data. In that you are giving or putting a non-spatial data. You are linking a non-spatial data to a spatial data, that is called attribute. Linking non-spatial data to a spatial data is called attribute. That information that you are opening na attribute table every time in ArcGIS, you are opening that attribute table and updating it. So that is called attribute. So speak about attribute. What is attribute? Linking spatial data to a non-spatial data is called. And let's give an example of attribute. Speak, speak, whatever comes into your mind. Speak. Speak. Example. What is attribute data? Or what is attribute? Whatever you told me that time, just repeat it, that one. Just linking any non-spatial data to a spatial data is called attribute. When you are now in ArcGIS, you are doing a point line polygon. Point line polygon, all these are spatial data which you are taking up from topo sheet. So you have created a road network. So you need to give the names, what kind of road it is, metal, unmetal, NH, everything. These comes under attribute. Got it? Everyone got it? Speak. What is attribute? Okay. Can anyone explain again, or should I repeat? Hmm? So you are doing nowadays you are digitizing the topo sheet. You are creating point, line, polygon. Creating or not? So what is that? That is that on a spatial reference you are marking it. But when it comes to its name, so you are giving a category like settlement, roads, railways, like that you are giving it. So that are called non-spatial data and called attribute data. Understand? Anything else in this satellite? Oh, sorry, slide. Yes. Time, at what time sun was overhead, or like that, noon, afternoon, evening, morning. What to collect continues, that is summary. So you read it out. Oh, you have read na already? You read it out. Hmm. You will get whole slide, don't worry about pictures.
Ground truth data may come from a variety of sources such as the field survey or measurement, interpretation of very high resolution images or aerial photograph and library. Record and reports, it can be categorized into the following two types: thematic map and spectral data. Thematic data provide information about distribution of features related to a specific theme such as water bodies, land use, cover features, crop, landform, rock type. The spectral data is not generally available in existing record report and are collected from field using some instrument such as the spectroradiometer and goniometer.
Take. Anyone wants to read it again? So I'll having a question on this only. So you read it. These slides are self-explanatory. Although I will simplify it. Thematic data and spectral data I was discussing. I think half an hour ago I was discussing that only. So can anyone tell me from that side what is thematic data? Three of you, anyone? Basically, thematic data is theme based. Whatever you want to study, it is a theme. If you want to work on agriculture, that is your theme. If you want to work on urban, that is your theme. If you want to work on socio-economic, like education, sex ratio, population, etc., comes under thematic. And what is spectral? I have explained it so many times in layman's language. Can anyone explain me what is spectral data? Just give it a try. Anyone who wants to give it a try, just raise your hand. No one? You repeat it, the mic on, so let others listen.
Spectral data are the data collected from the field by using some instrument. Like Sir have explained in the previous class, that spectral data are collected from the satellite. Means like when the satellite or when the satellite observe or take the same picture of Earth as well. If we go to the particular field and collected data by taking a picture, that is the spectral data which is collected on the ground.
So got it? Now you explain.
Spectral data means collecting information about something or phenomenon which have specific wavelength of radiation.
Okay. Okay. You want to give a try? No? Okay, no means no. You can't question. Not only satellite, even whatever you are collecting with the help of this spectroradiometer, gynometer, or you have seen that spectral response curve na, in earlier classes, that curves during bands, these are called data spectra. So, do I need to explain this? Ground truth data may come from variety of sources such as field survey or measurements, interpretation of very high resolution image, aerial photographs, and library reports. It can be categorized into following of two types: thematic and spectral. So, you all understand thematic and spectral. So, in simple word, thematic data provides us the information about distribution of features related to a specific theme such as water bodies, land use, land cover, crops, landforms, rock types, and whether then spectral data is not generally available or existing. Even if in satellite data you need to generate the spectral signatures. If you see the satellite data, you can't define that spectral signature of that feature. So, you need to derive with the help of software. And in ground, because we are talking about data collection from field survey. So, in field survey, that spectral data which we are collecting is using some instrument like spectroradiometer that I have given my example at that time, and goniometer. No, we don't have a spectroradiometer as such now. No, basically we have new to the geospatial field. So, right now we don't have as such project, but in near future we are going to have all these things. We are moving in that direction for advanced studies. So, we need all these equipment. So, we will buy it. So, what to do once the data is collected? Can anyone tell me, after collecting all data from field, what we can do with that data? Don't read it. Speak in mic. Na?
Sir, once we collect the data from the field, we bring it as we used to take questionnaire and all that along with us when we go to the field. After collecting the data, if it's in quantitative, if it's in number, we take it in Excel, and then we execute what was there. Then we analyze that particular data into a table form, and then we analyze it into a qualitative form. Into theoretical form, we analyze that particular data.
Okay. Tina, what we generally used to do after collecting data from field? Speak in mic, so let others speak. Listen.
So we do the accuracy assessment, and then we analyze it in the softwares.
Okay. Anyone else?
Then we have to make a report that we get information from the field in a different area.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now you are getting something from the class. That's good. That's a very good. Now you speak.
After collecting the data, we will analyze like what
I have seen what you are doing, so I have changed. Yes.
Whatever our topic may be, like for example, I just use land use, land cover, or agriculture. From the information whatever we have collected by survey, we will just put it in, we'll analyze in a software like in ARC, ADAS, and from whatever our motive may be, like the topic, then that will be the process. Interpret, yes.
Speak in mic. That much only interpret. So after ground truth data has been collected, you plot the location of sampling sites recorded by GPS on remote sensing images of the study area using software. You should not note that there could be shift in the location of ground truth sites and the image either due to inaccuracies in GPS derived coordinate or due to error in georeferencing of images being used. The shift may vary from one GPS model to other depending upon its accuracy. Basically, we are talking about the inaccuracy happening in GPS. So whatever data you are collecting from ground, you need to know what kind of error it is giving. Generally, GPS, the inaccuracy, what we used to take it 5 plus 5 minus 5 meters. Generally in GPS. Okay. So we can georeference it with that, etc. After plotting the location, simplest task to use ground truth information for those pixels to label them in a classes, like accuracy assessment. Someone, Tina, I think you said. So accuracy assessment and all these things we are doing with that. If you are collecting spectral signature and all, then you correlate it with ground data and then satellite data. These are the basic things what we are doing with data. Basically, these are types of survey in remote sensing. So I have categorized it in two, that is ground survey and then there is aerial survey. In ground survey, basically we have sampling surveys and target based survey. And then in aerial survey, we are using drone survey, balloon based surveys and aircraft based surveys. So can anyone tell me what is sampling survey and target based survey? Just by seeing this, can anyone tell me what is ground survey, sampling survey and target based survey? Can anyone? Just give me an idea. You have lots of idea. From your idea, I will get some knowledge. So give your idea. Don't think that you don't know anything. You know everything. What is sample survey? I am asking that. You have lots of idea. Just throw it out. Vomit it out.
Like to collect soil that comes under sampling.
No, I am asking what is sample survey? Yes, yes.
We do this kind of survey by going to the particular area we have selected and then going to the house, like personal interview, like or interaction we can say, then sampling survey. And target based survey means like the thing which we have targeted already, like we have to go to this particular house, like for example we were going to do the agriculture survey, like this farmer cultivate this crop, so we have to go to that farmer just because he for example like sugar, that farmer only cultivates sugar, so we want to observe what the sugar cane, so like we have to go to that particular farmer, we have targeted. And another, if the particular farmer cultivate only rice, then we go to that particular farmer to know about the rice cultivation. So that is called target based survey.
Okay. Anyone else what is sample survey? In stats you have all study about sampling, na? What is sample survey? Harvey, you speak. What is sample survey? You don't have any idea. Kiwi, what is sample survey? What do you understand by sample survey? Sit, sit, sit. No need to stand.
Sample means, sir, when we go to the field, we take one place as a sample to study that area, something like that. And target means we have to target one place that we have to study that area only.
You can speak something about sample survey. No. Two of you. What is sample survey? In every survey we collect sample. Speak. Whatever comes to your mind, you speak. Feel free to speak.
So I think from my understanding, sampling survey means we take a sample and go to the field and take some like we can collect something like related to our what to say, assignments, practicals, and
related to your objectives.
Yes, sir.
What do you have assigned? Okay. Anyone else? Sample survey? Oh, you can join, no problem. So listen, then you listen.
The basic difference between a normal survey and a sample survey is, if you have a very large area, so you cannot go everywhere and collect each and every information. So we take samples, right? So it is similar to testing some liquid. So you take 50 ml of it, you test it, and based on to that you come into some inference. Similarly, the sample survey is also there. First we decide what is our field of study or whatever objective is. Then we decide that okay, this is the area from where we will collect the sample. So the sample that we collect or whatever the area we choose to collect the sample should have the maximum variability, so that all the aspects are covered.
Got it?
Difference between normal survey and a sample survey.
Target survey basically whatever we decided, like we are doing one project medicinal aromatic plant. So we know where we have to go and we have to survey that part only. So we don't need to take any samples or something. Not physical sample, I am not talking about physical samples. You have to collect physical samples from everywhere. But in sampling what we do, we have a large area basically. Suppose in Assam we are cultivating rice in entire Assam. So it is not possible for us to go each and everywhere and survey it. So what we do, based on agroclimatic zone, elevation, then water holding, all then pH, etc., nutrient value, what we do, we generalize it and then sampled it. You have learned about sample survey, stratified sample, random. Like this, we just make a strata. Based on that, we select some location. That is called sample based survey. So instead of going entire Assam, we have categorized entire Assam in 10 parts or 12 parts or 15 parts. That is called sample based survey. And target based are that we know we have to go that place, we have to collect information from there only. That my study if I have a small study area basically, if we are doing any kind of work on this Khana Pada, so we know this is the boundary where we have to work. So this is called target based survey. But if we have large area, then we have to take samples based on few criteria which we decide. So can anyone repeat what is sample survey? Just repeat it, whatever I speak and whatever you understand. 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever you understand, just speak it out. Speak it out.
In my understanding, so some sample survey when we collect in just in a particular area instead of going in every I mean instead of going in large area, when we collect in just in a particular area, when we just collect in a particular area instead of going in large area
Based on some parameters what we have chosen. So you two बोलिए.
In sample survey, like we have divided the place into different parts. If we have a large area, we divide it into different parts, like 10 parts, 20 parts, and from there,
based on what?
based on different parameters according to our requirement.
Okay. Now, yes. Yes, of course, I will explain about target survey. Generally, when you know okay, this is my area of interest and we have to do this thing in a small area or field or area of interest. Suppose I have a area of interest of this TTDC only, and I know the objective of this. So instead of going here and there, I am particularly using this area only. I am just giving an example from one of our project, medicinal and aromatic plant survey we are doing. So we know what is our objective in entire Assam, where are all these grown. So we will go to accurately that area only. Like in science museum, we have one garden. We will not survey entire science museum. That garden only, it is our target. Understand? Now, that when you know your objective and this area is small, you know I am going for particular variety, it is available in this area only. Okay. Now, coming to aerial based survey. Drone survey, I think most of you are familiar with it. In drone survey, what kind of survey we are doing? Can anyone tell me? What kind of survey we are doing in drones? With the drones, not in drone, with the drones. What are the applications of drones? Basically, what you have studied yesterday when Chirag sir is explaining. So, can anyone tell me what are the application of drones? Speak with mic.
Drones are used for some purposes, like for hazards and disaster. It's like to look after something, like and to do the survey that and as well drones are used for how to overcome the thing which people are facing at present, like sir have explained yesterday about the crop disease too, where we have to observe the particular crop at a time.
that also comes under but target based.
Yes, sir. Target.
We know these areas affected with this disease. We will target that area only. We will not fly over entire area. Anyone else application of drones in surveys? Just turn your copy and see whatever you written yesterday about the application of drones. Turn back your page and see if you find anything about application of drones. सर्वे के लिए लंच के बाद ही भेजते हैं. I don't think I'll able to finish it in half an hour. So you got something? So if you got something, then speak. हम जाइए आप बाकी को बोलने दीजिए. At least they also need some. So it makes them that feel that they are also involved in class. So let them speak. I know you understand, but let others speak. Those who are not understanding. Speak in mic, whatever is in your mind.
Agriculture, that means environmental studies.
Okay. You want to speak something? Okay, that's good. Anything else? Okay. Anyone else?
These are 2D maps, terrain, agriculture, environmental studies, civil engineering, disaster management, medical services.
Okay. USTM. Anyone from that side? You, three of you? Same. So generally, nowadays, India is becoming pioneer in drone surveys. Now every survey nowadays is done through this drone mapping of Abadi areas in rural. That Swamitwa scheme. You have heard about that. So it is also going through with the drone. Then in agriculture, we have crop monitoring, crop damage assessment, even acreage we are doing it with it. In precise agriculture, precision agriculture we are using it. Then hazard survey, forest fire, everything, everywhere we are using it. So there are ample of applications with the drones. Then I have mentioned balloon survey. Anyone tell me what kind of survey we are doing with balloons? Yes. Huh? Switch कीजिए इसको. I have wrote here balloon based survey. What is this? Why I have wrote balloon based survey? I think Nitin, if you have any idea, you can throw some light on this. Anyone? Huh. Hmm.
Weather-based surveys.
Yes. Weather-based surveys are done with balloons. Basically, vertical profiling, aerosol, and everything what we are measuring is carried out with the balloons, with some instrument put into it. Actually, I don't remember the names. Yes. So, with some radio sondas are in that. So, they are using it for vertical profiling of atmospheric with that. Then aerosol study, all these atmospheric studies are carried out with the balloons. Got it? I am not from that background, so I can't explain about that. But basic view I had given it that from balloons they are doing this kind of surveys. Uh, uh, or if you can explain it, it's better that everyone they should know. For giving you overview what kind of aerial surveys we are doing, I have given you.
Very first thing for this balloon based survey is this is for single use only. So for all the weather related studies related to relative humidity, air temperature, the pressure difference, all those things, these readings are taken daily. So there in a single balloon, all the instruments to measure these parameters, it is released every day, twice a day. So once it is just before the sunset, oh sorry, sunrise, and the second one is just before the sunset. So based on these values only, you get the daily forecast, right? So the very simple logic is, as you know, there are different columns of air present across the atmosphere. So we have a balloon. It is a very simple balloon. So various instruments are attached to it.
It is basically hydrogen based balloons.
Okay, so various instruments are attached to it. So these instruments are directly contacting the
Receiver placed in
ground
ground.
channel, a ground channel. So all these instruments, they are not very costly. Okay, and also generally we try to retrieve all these instruments, but
No, these are one time use
but
instrument only.
generally these are one time
And
instruments only.
and these are so costly, even one instrument is costing around 20,000. Those who are from Meghalaya, you can visit ANISAC for this purpose. They are carrying out this regularly. So you can visit there. They have their weather stations there. You can visit there. You can see.
So this balloon, this goes up into the air. So it passes through different columns of air, and it gives the reading. So obviously there is a limit of height at which the balloon can reach. So the balloon goes up, its air gets blown away, and it gets destroyed. But before that, it gives all the daily readings. So this activity is repeated either once a day or twice a day, depending upon the need of the IMD. But this is done daily, at least once. So based on to these readings only, you get the real-time atmospheric parameters, that are relative humidity at different heights, air temperature at different heights, then what are the chances of precipitation, and there are other different parameters. So one or two instruments are attached. These instruments, they have capability of measuring the multiple parameters, a single instrument. So just to keep the weight light, and so that the balloon can reach up to the maximum height. So this is how it is done. Okay. If you have seen the students who are living in the guest house, so you might have seen there is a weather station there also. You have not seen. So as soon as you enter from the gate, go and observe today itself. Okay, while going back, as soon as you enter and as soon as
You
you
have
enter
seen
from the gate,
where?
as soon as you enter from the gate, you will see onto the right side there is a tower. You just cross. in the starting onto the right side, there is a model of Earth, right? So when you cross it, you will see there is a tower. There are various instruments attached to it. That is a ground station. So that is a permanent station which continuously gives you the reading. But the problem with that station is you have to retrieve the reading manually. So every time you have to connect a laptop, then you have to take out the reading. For balloon survey, you don't have to take out the reading. It continuously emits the reading to the ground station itself.
That I
Okay.
remember, there are two types of balloon. That is one time use, and the instrument also one time use. And there are another instrument for vertical profiling. That balloon, it goes up to 2 kilometer height, and then it come back through that whatever you go wire or something. You have seen in photos or videos. I'll try to show you in Google.
Even your hot air balloons also, they are also used in surveys. So the hot air balloon it is for multiple purpose, multi use.
So basically, these kind of balloons are used. See, these are the balloons used for profiling, and this kind of result they are getting it. Got it? Then aircraft based surveys. So I was involved with one project in Everest NG, hyperspectral project ISRO and NASA is doing Everest NG. So in 2019 they are flying in Assam for hyperspectral. So on aircraft they mount the hyperspectral camera, and then they flown over parts of Assam where we have gone for collecting ground based data. They are collecting from aircraft and we are collecting from ground. So these kind of aircraft surveys are there. So what is aircraft based survey? Can anyone tell me? बोलो माइक पे उस पे बोलो. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is aircraft based survey? Aircraft based survey. That's it. In simple word, camera is attached with the aircraft to take aerial survey or aerial photograph. That's it. In one word, that is called aircraft based survey. Then these are few instruments which we are using in ground based survey. So name for name a few. We are using GPS, DGPS, फिर spectroradiometer, LAI meter. What is LAI meter? It is leaf area index. Then densiometer or canopy scape for visualizing or measuring the canopy of forest. Then moisture meter for collecting moisture from soil, etc. And some mobile based app. So in meanwhile, what you do, you download map pad in your mobile now. So we'll map pad. We'll be using it in today's exercise. Map pad. Map pad. I'm just showing you in the screen. कैमरा थोड़ा फोकस कीजिएगा. You will get like this. थोड़ा बड़ा कर दीजिए, स्क्रीन बड़ा कर दीजिए. You will get like this map pad. This is the symbol of map pad, you see. Or I will search in this Google Play, you will see it. Let me show you in Play Store. अरे कहाँ करूँ? See this side. थोड़ा जूम कीजिएगा इसको. हाँ हाँ. With pencil, you will get one pencil and two point. Yes. अरे फोन टूटा, वो फोन क्या ही दिखाएंगे. गूगल ड्राइव मिल गया. कौन सा है? ओके. हाँ कल आपने कर लिया था. यस यस, इंस्टॉल इट. हो गया ना? ओके. Now we are changing our subject from field data collection or survey and remote sensing to GNSS. So before going to GNSS, just summarize this session, what you have learned in field data survey, and I'll ask one by one to everyone. So from where we will start? From this side or this side, or from that side? You have to speak at least 2 to 3 lines. Everyone. If you will not speak, I will not move for next lecture. Okay. Don't see the copy. Whatever you understand, just speak like that only. No need of copy.
In today's session, Sir have started with what is data. As we have all know, what is data? Data is the collecting of some information from the particular area where we are going to survey. As well, Sir have explained us about the primary and secondary data. Primary data is the data which we collect while through going through the field, and as in secondary data, data which are collected from open government source, that is OPG. As well, we can collect from some government institutes like the directorate office and all that. Sir have even explained about us the data collected through remote sensing, which is spatial data and non-spatial data, which we have already known. And as well, Sir have explained about us the qualitative and quantitative data, where which I have also explained about it, the qualitative and quantitative data. Sir have explained the ground truth includes ground truth survey, where in the ground truth it includes three elements, which is attribute, location, and time. Also, Sir have explained about the thematic and spectral data, which we have already known about this. As well, Sir have explained about the meter taken in GPS, which is +5 to -5. Sir have explained about the ground surveys, which is ground survey includes sampling surveys and targeted survey. In sampling survey, we survey the particular area into a small part. Like if we are going to survey the large area, we should divide it into in some small parts so that we can survey the whole area. And targeted area are target survey are the survey which we do survey of the particular area which we have targeted. And also for crop disease monitoring. In the survey, Sir have explained the various use of surveying instruments like drones, balloons, and aircraft-based survey.
Next.
Sir have explained the data. The data is a collection of the information. Then the difference between primary and secondary. And then spectral signature and spectral formula.
Anything else?
Thematic maps is the team of map wherever we prepare is called a thematic map. Then
Can you table? Can you draw a polygon here?
The feature present in the crowd, we are going to collect the data.
I will show you something else.
So have taught us the qualitative and quantitative. And thematic data, spectral data, and then type of survey in remote sensing like cloud survey, aerial survey, sample survey, target survey we have learned, and then drone survey, balloon survey, and aircraft based survey.
Okay. Next. Don't go through this copy. Whatever you understand, you just speak.
Data means when we gathering information, and then the sources of data are two types, the primary and secondary. The primary data are those data when we collect information directly when we go to the field, and from the secondary data are those data that they already collected by someone else. The example of the primary data person when we ask question directly, and then is visual.
Yeah, oh, that's good. You just describe in a brief. No need to give all the details. Just brief what all you have studied today. You all are explaining everything. Just brief whatever you study today. Whatever I have told you, na 2-3 lines, just 2 or 3 lines.
We also describe the thematic map, that is like geometry data is the map also, and then the given base data survey also, the then the area survey, and then the purpose of the base also described.
Okay, next. Just in 2 or 3 lines, whatever you study today or whatever you learn today. In 2-3 lines.
So today I continue about what is data and how many types of data and about the attributes and the types of surveying, that is ground survey, aerial survey, sampling survey, balloon survey, and I continue about data collections, which collects the information from different source and how to say it's process of gathering information, and to make decisions we need data collections from the different sources. That's all.
Next.
There are so we have explained about the meaning of
Speak
data.
with that mic. Speak. Now it's working.
About the data and type of
Hello.
data, and we have two type: primary and secondary data, and thematic map, and
Whatever you understand, just speak that. No need to copy or see from the copy and then tell. Whatever you understand, that much only.
about the thematic maps and spectral data, and
That much only you remember. No problem. No issue.
So we learn about data, different types of data. So we learn about data, different types of data, and different types of data collection, and qualitative about qualitative and quantitative information, and about different types of survey, ground survey and aerial survey, and about spectral radiometer and spectral signature, thematic maps.
Okay, pass. Yes.
So today we have learned about what is data, types of data, and then what are the things to, what are the datas that we have to collect, and then we learn about the types of survey, uh, two types of two types of survey in remote sensing and GIS, which is ground survey and aerial survey. And the types of ground surveys are sampling survey, and then target based survey,
Good.
and then in ground I mean in aerial surveys we have this air balloon or some balloon based survey, and then we have this aircraft survey, and what else?
Okay, no problem. Whatever you remember, you told. That's good enough. If you are getting 60% out of this session, it's good enough.
Sir, that's it, sir. That's what.
Okay, no problem. And that's enough for me. No problem. Speak. Don't. I don't want from there. You just speak whatever you understand. 10%, 20%, whatever you understand.
from today class. From the today class, I have learned about about data, how to collect data, and
Everyone, close your copies.
type of data.
Close your copies. No need. That much only. Anything else? Type of surveys and all.
Type of survey, ground survey and aerials.
Okay. Next.
I've learned about what is data and then the type of data, primary and secondary, and then how to collect data, and after collection what to do, and then we have learned about aerial survey and then the ground survey and all.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
So for today class, we have learned so many about the meaning of data and its type, then the differentiation about their types between the primary and secondary, and then how um, why data we need, why data collection we need, and then that types of survey for that is ground survey, aerial survey, and aircraft survey.
Okay. Okay. No problem. You can pass it.
Okay, sir. Sir.
Sir, we have learned about data, types of data, and what to collect, and from where we are collecting data.
That much. Okay. No problem.
Today I have learned about the data and types of data. There are two types. One is primary and another is secondary. And I have learned about the sampling survey and target survey. And and I have learned about the thematical and spatial, and about the attributes, and about the ground survey and aerial survey. In ground survey, I have learned about that. I forgot, sir.
Okay. No problem. No problem.
That today I'm learn the data collection and data. Then there are two types and data. They are primary and secondary data. And primary data is the like
Type of surveys.
type survey.
What kind of survey you know?
I don't know, sir.
You have heard about ground survey
Yes, sir.
and then aerial survey. What is that? Okay, no issue. Chaliye.
So today we learned about data. There are types. So there are two types, that is primary and secondary. Primary is the first hand data. Secondary is the second hand data. So
First hand data, second hand data. What is this?
first hand are the information, like we go and collect like questionnaires, survey. Second hand are the magazines or articles. So and then collection of data is the gathering of information. There are two types, qualitative and quantitative. Yes. And we learned about attributes and the types of survey. The in remote sensing, those are ground survey and aerial survey. In ground survey, there are two,
No need to laugh, just bas.
sampling and target, and in aerial, the
No need to laugh.
aircraft,
Air based.
yes.
Aerial survey. What are the basic types in aerial survey? What we used to do?
Balloons. Then
Anyone else from this side? In aerial survey, what are the three survey which I have told you?
Drone, air,
Okay.
in ground it is GPS.
Today we've learned about what is data. Then there are two types of data: primary data, secondary data. Primary data, which we collect ourselves from the field, like interview. Then secondary data, which we collect from other sources, like magazines, articles. Then we have learned about qualitative data and quantitative data. Qualitative data means like the name of the features, like the name of the students, and quantitative data includes the number of students. It includes mathematical calculations. Then we have studied about attributes, which means information about something, like linking non-spatial data to a spatial data. If we extract point line polygon from a topo sheet and then we give certain names to it, like metal roads and metal roads, then it is known as non-spatial or attribute data. Then we have learned about survey. There are two types of survey: ground-based survey, which includes sampling survey, and target-based survey. Then we have learned about aerial survey, which includes aircraft survey, balloon-based survey, and drone-based survey.
Okay. So good enough. I think all of you understand. At least 10% you get, and 50% of you understand more than 60%, and then 50% of you around 40-45 you understand. So we'll have a small break of 5 minutes. Okay, I know tired faces. I have seen so many tired faces. You need a break. So we'll continue after 5 minutes. It's 1:50. Sharp 12:15. So sharp 12:20 will start. So in that session we will learn about what is GNSS. Yes. So we'll break for 5 minutes. वो बाद में उसको बताएंगे, पहले ये कर देते हैं उसके बाद वो देंगे बैटरी. So all of you ready for next session? Now feeling fresh? Don't play with this GPS right now. Just keep it in front of you. Now we have a misconception. Everything what we are using for navigation, we used to call it GPS. I'm right or wrong? Are you agree with me? Everything what we are using for navigation, we generally call it a GPS. I'm right or wrong? You can contradict, sir, you are wrong or something like that. No? It means I'm right. So basically these are called global navigation. हाँ, कोई बात नहीं, will give you another battery. So it is called GNSS. It means a global navigation satellite system. Can you read, anyone, what I have wrote into this? Anyone who feels comfortable, you can read it. Now I will not ask any name. Those who want to read, you can a bit louder so that everyone can listen.
What is GNSS? A global navigation satellite system, GNSS, is a type of satellite navigation that provides global coverage. A GNSS is defined by a constellation of orbiting satellites working together with a network of ground control stations and receivers that calculate ground positions through an adapted version of
Triliteration.
triliterations.
Basically, we call it a triangulation. You have heard about this. So basically, it is a constellation of satellite. So from there, we get the position. Basically, at a time in GPS or GNSS, what we understand, only 3 satellites are working to give us a position, but it's not right. In GNSS, we are using at least 4 satellites, 3 for our positions, X, Y and Z, X coordinate, Y coordinate and Z vertical, and then 4th is used for correction. What you speak? You have spoke something. 4th is used for what? No, just speak, no problem. Okay, no problem. So I will not give you a long history of GNSS. Basically, its first satellite Sputnik 1 was launched by Russia in 1957, but Russian navigational satellite system was not that much popular as GPS, because GPS it started operating very early and it was popularized. Then there are basic three segments in GNSS, that is space control, user segment or control segment, and then user segment. What is user segment? Can anyone tell me user segment? I am not asking about space or control. I am just asking about user segment. What is user segment? What do you understand with this? In GPS or GNSS, what is user segment? Bolo bolo. Yes. The people who are using it are called user segment. So this is the basic rough sketch or block diagram of GNSS system. So can anyone explain this by seeing this sketch? What you understand? Just see it. Take your time, just see it, and then tell me what you are understanding from this diagram. Whenever you speak, speak with mic. At least others should listen what you are speaking. Don't draw it. We'll give you the PPTs.
From the GNSS satellites, it's connecting with all the networks of stations.
And then so here what is important? In this everyone is important and it's complementary to each other. If we don't have user, what is the purpose of location or something like? If satellite is directly communicating with the user, then where the data will be processed, the accurate data, where it will go. So everything is complementary to each other. So we have constellation of satellites in space. From space, what user is doing from user ends using your mobile or GPS. When you connect to the satellite, you are searching for some place or that location of place. So it will revert back to the satellite, and then satellite what in turn to give to that control station. One such station, any one of you have visited ANISEC or nearby that area? So you have seen one antenna, big antenna, that is ground control. So from there they process the signals and then send back to the user's mobile or GPS. So that is your location. So do I need to explain it more? Do I need to explain it more? Huh? What? In what sense I need to explain? Just tell me. What do you want to know? Ask the question, then I only reply. Basically, ground control, these are divided into three segments. One is uploading, and then one is master control facility, one such master control facilities with ISRO also, that is called MCF, and then one is monitor station, and such monitor station is established in ANISAC, that is for IRNSS, which I will tell you afterwards. So what uploading system do, whenever you are searching for data, it goes to uploading station, that someone is searching for this location. So uploading system will send the signal to this satellite. Then satellite will send this to master control facility or master control stations. Then it will correct the data and it will send to monitor stations. And then from monitor stations you will receive the data in your whatever system you are having. If you are having navigation system in your cars, bikes, etc., so you can get the location. Anything else? I will explain you in layman's language. No need to go that much scientific, just understand basic principle behind that. Anything more? Yeah. Where? That is what I told you. Now, whatever you are searching, whatever location you are searching, the user will contact with this and then it will upload to satellite. Satellite will communicate that a user need this precise location. So it will give it to the control facility and monitor station. They will synchronize it and then they will process the data and send it to your phone or whatever system you are having or you are using. अरे यार these are basic of space segment. Can anyone read it out? Anyone? Speak.
Space segment. The space segment describes the GNSS constellation orbiting between 20,000 to 37,000 kilometers above the Earth. These satellites broadcast signals that identify which satellite is transmitting and its time, orbit, or status or health.
Satellite health. Basically, it is talking about satellite health. What is satellite health? The working condition of satellite, its clock is working properly or not. Every satellite is having some sensors. That sensors are working or not. It will be checked by this control segment. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So anyone else control segment you can study? Sorry, read. Not study, basically read. Control segment. Anyone else? Read it out loud. Anyone else? You want to read?
Control segment. The segment is a network of master control data uploading and monitoring station located
around the world.
I can see, sir.
From this side you can study, read.
Control segment. The control segment is a network of master control, data uploading and monitoring stations located around the world. This station receives a satellite signal and compares where the satellite says it is with orbit models showing where it should be. Operators at these stations can control the satellite positions to correct or alter their orbital paths. For example, if a satellite has strayed or needs to be moved to avoid debris collisions. This process, as well as monitoring a satellite site, ensures a baseline of accuracy in GNS positioning.
So anyone can tell me what is that? Anyone? समझे कुछ? क्या? Take the mic and speak. Then I will explain. Whatever you understand, just speak that only. What is basic work of control segment? Just tell me that. I don't think any one of you understand what is that control segment. It's basic work. The data which we are asking, it will communicate with satellite. It will communicate with satellite for satellite health check. If suppose a satellite is moving in this orbit and in between some space debris is coming, then control segment will shift its orbit. So there will be no any type of collision. Basically, control facility is controlling each and everything of satellite constellation and user as well. What kind of data it will give it to user, it will depend upon control station only. And control stations are consist of 3 segments. What are those segments? And data uploading, monitoring, and yes, master control station. Basically, master control stations are one who is dealing with satellite system, their health, and then their orbital path. Got it? Any doubt so far? Any doubt so far to anyone? Basically, control segment is the one which communicate with user also and space also. So whatever data you need, control segment will give it to the satellite, and then after receiving data from satellite, it will give it to you, and then one more operation of this control segment is regular checking of satellite health, its path, its accuracy, everything. Got it? Anyone else? Any doubt so far? And then user segment. What is user segment? The device which receive all these type of signals and which gives us the information is called user segment, like this, or your mobile phones, or the navigation satellite system which you are installed in your this car, bikes, etc., are called user segment. That's it. No need to go in deep all this, just remember this much only. So how GPS determine the position? I think I have missed. I think I have missed some slides. So I will tell you about that, whatever I missed. I don't know. I'll check it to my pen drive if I have missed it. Okay, no problem. basically after this what slide I have missed is what kind of navigational systems are in the world. So we have a GPS of USA, then GLONASS, GLONASS of Russia, Baidu from China, BIEEDOU, BIEDDOU. I think I'm missing something. Uh, Compass, Compass navigation system from Japan. That's and one more I'm missing. Let me check. I'm just missing some part. Just give me a minute. I'm just missing some part. और I'll नितिन वो मेरे पेन ड्राइव में ना वो that is operated by US Space Force. Its coverage is global. Then it have 31 satellite in orbit. Then second is GLONASS. It is operated by Roscosmos bracket Russia bracket Russia. It's also global. Roscosmos, ROSCOSMOS. Its coverage is also global and it is having 24 satellite. Till GLONASS everyone completed? Then comes Galileo. That is operated by GSA and ESA, European Space Agency. It is called GSA and ESA. In bracket you write European Space Agency. It is also global in nature. What do we understand by global? Worldwide coverage it gives us. Okay. Then comes BeiDou, BEI. Satellite. Oh, sorry, I forgot. It's having 26 satellite. 26. It's having 26 satellite. So can anyone repeat till 3? 26. 26 by. Only 26. Is it crystal clear? 26. So can anyone repeat till where we have completed? I want to check your copies. If something is missing. Galileo. Okay. Okay. GLONASS, Russia, Global, 24. Good. Galileo, ESA, European. Number of satellite, 26. Okay. Galileo, 26. 24, 31. Good. Good. So everyone is getting, I guess. Don't worry, I will update in PPT and then I will give you that PPT. Don't worry about that. So now we will move to BeiDou. Spelling BEI. Then again D capital. DOU. That is CNSA. Country is China. This is also of global in nature. And it is having 48 satellite. 48. I repeat, BeiDou, CNSA, China. This is global. Then it is having 48 satellite in orbit. Got it? Clear? Then we have QZSS or compass navigation satellite system. whatever you want to say it. QZSS or Compass Navigation Satellite System. It is operated by JAXA, JAXA, bracket Japan. This is regional in nature. And it is having 4 satellites. Then we have IRNSS oblique Navik. You have completed this QZSS. Then we have IRNSS oblique Navik. NAVIC, ठीक है. Its operator is ISRO, bracket India. It's also regional in nature, and it is having 8 satellites. By regional, what do you understand? No. Basically, like this India, regional means Southeast Asia, Mid East, it will cover. Like Saudi Arabia and the Pakistan, everything, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Myanmar, it is covering. Even China it's covering. Regional is not only for this only one country, but it is not on global scale. It is not covering entire globe, but nearby area it's covering. Like this compass, even it is covering Canada also. So anyone, any doubt? What is global, what is regional? बोलिए बोलिए.
It covers the India and also the neighboring countries of India.
This slide and one more working of Navik, basic principle is same. So these 4 slides I'm missing. So I'll include that and then I will give it to you. Now coming to how does a GPS work? Can you read it from this side? Can you read this? Yes. How GPS determine the position or the working principle of GPS? Read it loud. No, give it to her.
How GPS determine the
Switch on the mic first. Take this.
how GPS determine the position.
A bit louder.
The working operation of the global positioning system is based on the trilateral
Trilateration.
trilateration mathematically principle. The position is determined from the distance measurement to satellite from the figure. The 4 satellites are
I
used
will show you that figure also.
used to determine the position of the receiver on the earth. The target location is confirmed by the fourth satellite, and there 3 satellites are used to trace
Trace
the
the location.
location place.
Yes. Basically, uh, this is the diagram, triangulation from satellite. So I have told you earlier, one satellite is giving your x coordinate, another is giving your y, and third one is giving your z. So latitude, longitude and height you are getting it, and then fourth one is for calculating the distance, accuracy of your position, everything is done by fourth. So you go through this diagram and you try to understand, and then if you have any doubt, just ask me what is this in this diagram. This diagram is self-explanatory, but then also I am there to help you out if you are not get anything. If I will show you the triangulation, you will get confused like that day. Then I have to draw Cartesian plane and all, and you might get confused. What is this? So don't get into its mathematical formula. I think I have. Hmm? What? Which one? No, no, it is talking about satellite. Satellite. From where that will calculate the distance. It needs to know only my location is not required na calculating the distance. They should know the position of satellite also. At what distance that satellite is placed. Understand? Only the distance from where it will calculate. My distance, if the satellite wants to know or I want to know my location, from where that will calculate? It will calculate from the satellite's orbit, and that distance it will calculate. Have you seen the diagram? You have doubts, I know. All of you are having doubts. So what are the doubts? Ask me. It seems everyone knows everything. Same thing. That was written and it is here in the diagram. No problem. See, suppose I am standing here. I want to know my location. There will be, it will require 4 satellites. Okay. What it will do? One satellite will give my flat, another will give my longitude. For any position, what we need? Latitude and longitude. Then it will give my height also. At what elevation I am standing. Okay, not my height. The reference is Earth surface, not particular my height. The surface, Earth surface. So it accumulates that information. Now, how to calculate the distance? So the fourth satellite, it will triangulate the distance between all these 3 satellites and my position, and then it will calculate the distance and the positional accuracy. There are mathematical formulas around it, don't go through it, then you will be not understanding there is sine, there is cos, or this that. I am trying to make you understand in layman's language. Or if you want the formulas, I can, but I don't think it is worth it. It will take your time also, and you won't understand anything. Basic trigonometry, all you understand trigonometry, not for you, for others. So, it based on trigonometric principles. How can I explain? Huh? So, better we will not move into that part. We have this. If you don't have any doubt, then I will show you how this GPS works, what to collect, how to collect. Okay. नितिन उनको बुलाइएगा, विपुल को थोड़ा कैमरा इस पे एक बार में ही दिखा देना, and then I will show you with everyone got the map pad installed in your mobile. So, how is the session going on? Is it boring? बोल ही नहीं रहा है कोई. Everyone is bored. It seems bored. I have tried to make it as simple as I can. I can't make it more simpler than this. For me, teaching and learning are the same. If I am standing in front of you, I am getting knowledge from you also. I don't think I know everything. So, whatever you will speak, I will get something out of it. Yeah. Still question answer hour is open till 5. You can ask, means till 5th August. I don't think it is visible. नहीं, मैं यहाँ से दिखा दूंगा, फिर मुझे भी तो ऐसे करना पड़ेगा, तो फिर दिखेगा नहीं है. वहीं रखे कैमरा, वहीं रखे, मैं इधर जाता हूँ, इधर से होगा शायद. आई ट्राई टू. So you know how to switch on this, everyone? So I think you all have got all the same interface now. अरे मैं एंगल ही मिलाने में कहाँ ले जाऊँ भाई? यहाँ ले जाऊँगा तो मैं कैसे दिखाऊंगा, क्या दिखाऊंगा? ये लाने में तो हम so we'll move from this. अरे यार it is tough for me. So better I will show you. Come छोड़ दियो उसको. Come 2-3 people in a group. Just 2-3 people. Huh? Okay, I'll give you the batteries, no problem. आ जाओ, आगे भी आ जाओ कुछ लोग. This much, then again next batch. तुम लोग confuse हो जाओगे. So I think you all have got this interface. Okay, then this is your joystick. Mark waypoint. Wherever you go
Stand there
for few minutes,
and then click.
then click. If you want to name it also, first you name this point, whatever place you are going.
For 3T.
Means if you want name it, then you have to come done. Okay, then you need to write the description whatever you want to write. So you can write here the description and then done. Again. So you in waypoint manager say
Code goal. Back go.
no, 1 minute. Oh. Right. See, mark waypoint.
To change, I mean to name.
You can change the name.
I did that only go have to click. Joystick dish. जने पुन्हा लिखिबो ना ट्री जने के
Then
TRD delete.
done. यार 12-15 साल